Well, well, well. I did not expect to be back so soon. But the game industry just keeps doing its thing.
Hello, my Assassin's Creed friends. I have a question for you. How would you like to voice a warrior NPC in the upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows and get your voice in the game?
So, Ubisoft has issued a challenge. A dubbing challenge, if you will, in order to be able to voice an NPC in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed? Oh boy, we're already off to a great start. But a challenge nonetheless that you can do on TikTok. You'll get a professional voice coach and record in a professional setting, and a free trip to London, which...
all your mates are going to be very jealous.
But... hold on there, buddy. I got a few questions. So, before we start, just really quick, how much is Ubisoft making again? Oh. Yeah, that sounds about right. By the way, cost reduction program, does that just mean, not hire voice actors? Okay, for one thing, pay your fucking voice actors, Ubisoft. You can afford this. And I know it's for NPC dialogue, and it sucks, and yes, you're gonna have to get a few people. Just do the Skyrim thing of getting like 5 people and paying them to do just some generic lines. It's NPC dialogue. Like, how hard is it to pay somebody? Like, you could go on Fiverr and pay somebody if you really, like, were that desperate for somebody cheap. But pay somebody. Okay, just really quick, I just need to point out who is actually speaking in this video. Is a man named Danny Wallace. Now, I didn't know who Danny Wallace was. I actually had to go look him up because I had no idea, and the Twitter account that I saw this video posted on was not Ubisoft's official account. It was a third-party account because I'm assuming Ubisoft had just posted this on TikTok and then relied on other outlets to spread it out to other platforms. So, I thought in this case, when I saw this announcement, that they had tagged the wrong Danny Wallace on Twitter. Because if you click on his profile, it's just books. Like, the latest one is about conspiracy theories, which... you know, far be it for me to tell somebody that they can't have multiple interests, but... conspiracy theories? A book? And he's written several books. He wrote Yes Man, which got turned into a movie. You might have seen it. Jim Carrey was in it. Which, you know, good for Danny. So, yes, while he is technically a voice actor for Ubisoft, it doesn't seem to be what he does on a normal basis, which something tells me off the bat that a real professional voice actor was not okay with announcing something like this. By the way, guys, don't go harass Danny. I'm sure this was not his decision. It's Ubisoft's decision more than likely to ask him to announce this, but it's pretty telling that he would be the one announcing this and not a voice actor. That's all this point was. Don't go harass Danny. If you do that, you're a dick. Now, before I get into the rules of the contest, I want to just kind of make my position clear about why I'm even attacking this contest to begin with, because I don't play Assassin's Creed. I don't really care about the game franchise. However, I do care about people getting paid properly and not having their work exploited. So one of the things that Ubisoft does is that they want to have an AI-generated NPC dialogue. So in March this year, actually, The Verge had covered Ubisoft's NPC AI tech demos, and they're obviously not ready to ship in a game yet. None of this AI stuff is ready to ship, let's be completely real. But this is something that Ubisoft has invested time into, what they're calling Neo NPCs. And I gotta say, like, if you read, once we get into the rules of the contest, you'll see why this is a concern for me. Ubisoft also got in hot water this year for saying that you no longer own your games anymore. Get comfortable with it. And while, yes, we are moving more towards digital downloads, which come with EULAs that basically make games rental rather than owned, lots of people still love physical media. I still love physical media, and far be it from me to, like, have some company take that away from me. Okay, now, are you ready for the rules of the contest? Because they're kind of batshit. Okay, so, you can only participate in this contest on TikTok, which, I don't know if any of y'all read the news about TikTok, but TikTok ain't exactly popular. I mean, it's popular, but it's starting to lose that popularity. Second of all, you guys have other social media platforms you can use. Like, you can do these things on Facebook or Meta or whatever. There are plenty of platforms in which you can do this sort of thing. Are you really that pressed that you can't do this on other social media platforms, at least accepting entries? So, the contest is looking for 7 languages: English, Japanese, French, German, Italian, Spanish Castilian, and Brazilian Portuguese. So, just one thing of note, Ubisoft and the Assassin's Creed official Twitter accounts did not post the video about the contest. They did not post it to Twitter. They had only posted it to TikTok. So, if you are, for example, Japanese, you are not going to see this video with the Japanese subtitles unless somebody in a third-party account has decided to post this onto Twitter. Because, let me tell you what, Ubisoft Japan's TikTok account only has 616 followers. That's it. That is all that they have, which is wild. So, one contest rule that I found was kind of interesting is that they're only choosing one person for each dub, even though they will obviously probably have both male and female NPCs, according to this paper, and very grammatically incorrect sentence, which kind of begs the question. First and foremost, why do they need free labor for this if they're going to be paying somebody to do the other gender? And are they only going to be grabbing men to do this so that they can get away with paying women cheaper? I don't know how it works in France. I think y'all's pay gap is probably a little bit less of an issue than it was in the US, but my brain can only guess and speculate that something is fishy about this particular bit. Okay, well, whatever. Why don't we have a look at the prizes? Because they did say a free trip to London, which all of my mates would be very jealous of, so let's have a look, shall we? Okay, cool. So they cover travel to and from London, which can be between $300 to $1,000 depending on your location, and already I have a problem with this. I am an English-speaking person who lives in New Zealand, and guess what? It's not $1,000 to get from New Zealand to London and back around. Already, I would have to be paying money to go there. Now, they did not close off this contest from New Zealand, so theoretically, if I were to enter this contest and win, this trip would not be free to me. Also, later on, they specify that they are not going to pay for your Uber. So just remember, they are not going to pay for your Uber between the airport and the hotel you'll be staying at. So this is not including even all the travel that you will be using just to get to the places that you have to go to in order to claim this prize. Now, the hotel portion of this makes a lot of sense. $800 for up to 3 nights in a hotel and including food. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. I don't think I've ever spent that much money on a hotel room just by itself. Usually most of my costs come from flights. So we also have a single recording session on September 2nd. Now, that is going to be a long-ass day, and you're not getting paid for it. So already, I find myself probably having to pay at least $500 to fly to London and back, and my Uber's not going to be paid for, so that's not free, and I'm not getting paid for the work I'm doing. Already, this sounds really, really ass. Now, here's where I really just want to get serious for a second, because this by far has to be the most disgusting thing about this contest. Publicity release / assignment of rights. I'm going to read this verbatim. Now, keep in mind, while I'm talking about this, I am not a lawyer. I don't understand all of the ins and outs of international law. I am just a girl on the internet. However, I do know when something smells a little bit fucking fishy, but I'm just gonna read this verbatim. Acceptance of any prize constitutes winner's permission for the entities to use winner's entry materials, including video, name, pseudonym, photograph, likeness, voice, biographical information, statements, and complete address, collectively the attributes for advertising and or publicity purposes worldwide and in all forms of media now known or hereafter devised for 5 years without further compensation or authorization, and releases the competition entities from all claims arising out of the use of such attributes. Now, what the actual fuck does Ubisoft need my home address for to advertise? This is not okay. They are already getting free voice work out of you. Now, they also want to use you for the next 5 years without any compensation, and they will not be held liable if you happen to get doxxed. Or, anything else happens to the data that they're holding on to, and God knows how secure that's going to be. Now, there is a section after this that talks about the personal information, where it says a sponsor can transfer their personal data to non-European countries that ensure an adequate level of protection according to the EU Commission or within the framework of standard data protection clauses adopted by the EU Commission, and they give a link. And entrants can withdraw their consent at any time, request a copy, the deletion or rectification of their data, object to or request the restriction of their processing and or receive their information in portable form by contacting the sponsor's data protection officers. However, this brings me back to my prior question. Why would you need my address for publicity? So we also get a sort of boilerplate, I hold harmless this company for any harm that may arise from me existing in this contest. However, if we don't have any control about how Ubisoft uses our information, I don't know if I can exactly hold them harmless when they are the ones handling my information. That does not compute. Hey, by the way, remember those AI Neo NPCs that Ubisoft was gonna make? If you use my voice in an AI NPC generator, and you make it say something extremely racist or vile or something that I otherwise would have never said on my own, and that causes harm to me, yeah, I think I'm gonna hold you accountable for that shit, Ubisoft. You're not getting away like this. So, in conclusion, do not fucking enter this contest, I am begging you. Even ignoring that you want to just do this as a fan, it's not safe for you to do this contest. They will use your data in horrible ways, and if you are a voice actor, you want to get paid for your work. You should be paid for your work. Every single time. There is no excuse for Ubisoft to be doing something like this. Do not do this contest. It's bad. End of story. Ah, right, that was the video. I wasn't expecting to be back so soon, but man, this industry. Anyway, leave a like, comment, follow, all that good stuff. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, and you can hear me yell more into the ether over there on those channels. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!